We're back and we're bringing back social off social Sundays. Ain't that right, Cardi? You excited? You excited for social off social Sundays? Yeah, I know. We're long overdue. Social off social Sundays used to be my day of digital detoxing. I would be off all social media platforms and purely spend time with myself. Church, coffee dates, catching up, self care, the like. I would prepare for the week. I would do my special treatments for myself, like my facials, different things like that, making sure like the house feels good right now, of course, making sure my room feels good, like just different things along those lines. And it was nice to actually have like a full 24 hours off social media. I've grown a really good relationship with social media in the past few years where it's been a give and take, right? Because I realized for me, I was getting too overwhelmed and too like overstimulated when I would hop on here. So it started off with me doing social off social for a good period of time. I don't know why I stopped. So when I got back online more consistently, because I had spent a month offline during my healing journey, I realized I was following too many people. I was following too many people. It was too much noise. It was too many story updates. And for some reason, I couldn't allow myself to, like pump the brakes. So once I finally got self control over it by simply making the decision, like, hey, I can't function like this because social media is making me feel like this. It makes me feel like I just had a webinar of 50, 11 topics in a span of like 3 minutes. And now my brain feels like significantly overwhelmed. So I started unfollowing a lot of accounts I didn't need to follow and refining my timeline. Of course, you can't fully control your timeline, but you can control who you follow. And typically, who you follow is a certain level or caliber of person where you can kind of predict what their content is going to be, whether if it's more motivational, uplifting, slow living, cozy, interior decor. There's certain things you can kind of predict. So I started to create a timeline where it was filled with things that I enjoy from people that I enjoy and people that I admire. And once I did that layer, I was able to go a layer deeper with my relationship with social media. And I ended up creating a whole new separate account, free from family and friends for the most part. So I felt more free, less distracted, more available to just like share what I wanted to share, right? But even then, I realized just this morning that I need to do that 24-hour detox. Like, I have such a good relationship with social media now that I feel perfectly fine showing up the way that I do because I prioritize being on platforms that feel good for me, that feel nourishing, that feel like community, they feel cozy, they feel enjoyable. And as of late, that's honestly been YouTube and Threads. I can't even shake it. I'll post on Facebook. I'll share here and there on Instagram. I'm still finding my footing with that because I used to be an avid sharer on that platform for so many years. And now in this new space that I'm in of this becoming this new woman, I have to find my rhythm with Instagram. So the new account is nice because I'm specifically only following those few handful of accounts that I really truly want to connect with the intention to not feel overwhelmed. That's my main goal. I had a point in time where I muted a lot of people so I wouldn't see their stories. It's something about like wanting to be disconnected and connected at the same time is what I was feeling. And anyways, all that to say, I ended up implementing social off social Sundays and I loved it. It was my 24-hour digital detox. We're in a season where people, hopefully more than a season, embracing their analog hobbies, reading, writing, spending time outside. That's when I felt the best. That's when I felt the freest. And those micro moments of joy actually added so much to my healing and coming back home to myself, reconnecting with myself, creating my vision, Those micro moments of joy where you don't have the world of the noise and you don't feel cluttered internally or mentally allows you free range of like everything. And I love that so much. So when I am consuming less but producing more, that keeps my momentum going. Because today is day 46 of 46 days straight on YouTube. And when I tell you, even in 46 days alone, your habits, your actions, your interests, your desires, so much can change in a short span of time. And 46 days later, for me, I found my platform that I'm liking. I'm finding my rhythm. A digital detox is so good for the brain. It's so good for the brain. Just one good day of not consuming, one good day of not producing or creating, one good day of just spending time with yourself. Something else that I implement completely separate from this digital detox is not getting online on social media before 9 a.m. Now, I have been doing that now for about 2 years, and that has been working so well for me because I realized in the past when I got online too early and I started like consuming the news before I prayed or hearing about such and such's breakup or such and such had a baby on such and such, or whatever random things would come up and pop up and your cozy corner of the internet and your books for 2024. Like when I would wake up too early and see all of that stuff before I handle my business, oh my God, I would already start the day confused. Like, okay, what do I have to do today? I feel like I lost my time. How do I get my time back? I wish I was further ahead this morning because I had X, Y, Z that I needed to do and I did not prioritize it because I was online. I stopped. So it's been 2 years of not going online before 9 a.m. There are some days where I won't even get on Instagram until 5 p.m. because I've gotten so adjusted. It's so accustomed. It's so a part of my normal now. And I love it so much. I don't see that changing anytime soon. So if I could encourage you, and offer any insight to you, try the digital detox with me. When I made this post, I was like very shocked by the amount of people that replied and said that they needed to do it too. So leave in the comments if you're down to join. Let's start tomorrow. Pick one day out of the week, even if yours isn't Sundays. Yours may not be social off social Sunday. Mine is. But whatever day of the week that works for you in your schedule, pick a day of the week and just be offline. Go frolic. One of my favorite things to do is go to Barnes & Noble early, grab my laptop, get my pens, my highlighters, my headphones, grab my tote bag, head to Barnes & Noble, get my chai tea latte, or I really love hibiscus tea, and just sit in a corner, get cozy and journal and visualize and do a little chat GPTing. I get random thoughts that kind of come to my head, whimsical thoughts, and I'll just write those out so I can piece them together. I have a really cool idea for a future, I guess you could kind of say retreat, before I get very deep into my therapy practice. And I think the ladies are really going to love this. But anyways, those like fun, unique thoughts that you get in your mind, that space and time is like, oh, golden. Sometimes I'll set a 10-minute journal and do a brain dump first, before I start doing anything else. So then I can start with a clutter-free mind. It's like, okay, I've gotten all the random thoughts out of my head I could possibly get out of my head. And now I can actually be clutter-free. I can think and I can create from this space of more, more. When you, how am I trying to say this? When you give yourself a pause and you give yourself just quiet, clarity comes in that. It does. And we have to learn to be comfortable in the uncomfortable moments at first of the quiet. But I'm telling you, when you just let yourself write and think without erasing, without second guessing, without questioning, let your first word be your first word. Let your first thought be the right thought. Like, practice that And that time alone that gives you the ability to do that is just so good. It's so good. It's so good. I read a Miles Davis quote earlier today that kind of like trickled off this thought. He said something along the lines of, it takes a long time to find your voice. I'm probably butchering it. I'll have to find it and put it in the description. But something about when you find your voice, like how, in a sense, I took it as how beautiful it is. And man, what you got to work through to find your voice again. What you got to work through to find who you are again. When you live an experience in this world that has taken you away more times than not from who you are, when the world tried to tell you who you needed to be, when the world placed all these parameters, all these facts, all these rules on our lives, we got too far connected from ourselves. And so I took his quote as like, what a gift it is to find the sound of your voice again. I think that's actually what it was. And these moments contribute to creating that reality. These moments contribute to you becoming that person that can find their voice again. Hopefully y'all can hear me well with this mic. This is new. Upgrade it. Anyhow, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'll still record and still upload a video, but I want to encourage you to try Social Off Social. Pick your day. Let me know in the comments what day you're going to pick and do. And let me know how you're going to spend it, or let me know something you've been wanting to do for a while. If you're like me and you have a lot of books that you actually want to read for real, I've been using the Goodreads app, and I'm like 40% through one book that I started this year, but it's a beautiful time to just have a tea, get in your car. I am good for getting in my car and finding somewhere secluded and nice and relaxing to just think, to journal, to process, and even to read. I'm good for getting my jasmine. What is this? Oh, this one is chamomile mint blossom. This has been like my go-to with 3 pumps of honey blend. I have had this like 7 times in the past 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, find somewhere that feels like you and that feels free of distractions, opinions, the chaotic environment, and spend some time with yourself and do some things that you enjoy. So I hope your Social Off Social treats you well. Tell me about it. Tell me where you go. Tell me what day that you pick. And if you haven't already subscribed, what, Cardi? Like, subscribe, join the family. I'm Renee. I create conversations that ultimately bring you back home to yourself through healing, choosing yourself, and creating a life that you love. So until the next video, y'all. Peace out.